Hi everybody. Okay, so I'm back with another K-drama to see. Have you already seen it? And if not, is it something that you would check out? So before we get into this video, you already know the drill. Like this video, follow me for more, and share this with someone you know that would be into K-dramas and will potentially check it out. Okay, so let's get into it. The name of today's K-drama is called True Beauty. This K-drama is about the journey of a girl named Im Kyung, and she's essentially discovering her own true beauty after she essentially has dealt with bullying relentlessly her entire childhood at school. She was constantly being told that she was ugly. Kids bullying her aside, since she was younger, she's kind of always heard like neighbors commenting on the fact that she must take after her mother, whom they're not really too fond of in terms of looks. Like, she's not pleasant to look at in their eyes. Meanwhile, our girl, she does have two brothers, and her brothers take after her father, who's extremely handsome. Despite our girl being like really sweet and like a good-hearted person, she's really never given this opportunity or chance to really show who she is as a person, because people immediately judge her just from the fact that they do not deem her as attractive as they would deem other people. Eventually, our girl moves up and she's in high school, and we notice that the bullying has worsened from what it was like when she was a child. It's so severe to the point that she's essentially being treated like a servant by other classmates. Now, one day she essentially builds up the courage or builds up the confidence to confess to a guy that she likes about her feelings, but her bullies essentially record this confession, and in this confession, he ended up rejecting her extremely harshly. He rejected her so bad, and now these people have it on footage. After the classmates are essentially teasing her for the confession and the rejecting, they essentially kind of like make one of her friends participate in like bullying her as well. And our girl essentially from this entire incident becomes extremely insecure. Luckily for her, most people that are in these situations do not experience what she experienced. Around the same time, it seems that her family is forced to move back to their old house, and she gets to transfer schools. One day, our girl kind of gets online, and she's essentially trying to find ways to stop living her life the way that she's living her life. And so she reaches out for advice online about what to do about her appearance to stop getting bullied so bad. And one of the advices that she gets is pertaining to like beauty and makeup. For our girl, this is essentially like a new world being discovered, because she now learns that there is a cure for ugly. It's to cover her face up with makeup. She spends all her time learning all of the tricks, all the techniques, everything she can from all the beauty moguls online, to the point that when she's about to start school, she has essentially mastered her makeup skills. I guess the people at the school are really fond of her appearance. And not only does she not get bullied, but she becomes ridiculously popular. Now, this is a vast change and a new world for our girl. Growing up your entire life being told that you're, not pleasant to look at, to now everyone wants to be beside you, everyone wants to be your friend, everyone wants to be with you or involved with you. Now, upon being at that school, she does end up befriending two girls, and she feels like her dream can finally come true, where she can finally hang out with friends after school, partake in karaoke parties, and finally get added to like a group chat. Of course, she still remains pretty anxious, as she doesn't want to take it for granted. Remember, I did say that our girl is, a bit insecure? Well, this is where the insecurity starts to kick in. So as people are constantly complimenting her, she's starting to feel more and more bad, and like she's betraying everyone's trust by deceiving them. Girl, a little makeup ain't never hurt nobody. Our girl essentially, based on all the compliments, realizes that she doesn't want to lose her newfound friends, and she realizes that if they discover what her real face looked like, she might start experiencing the bullying that she was experiencing at her old school. So now she sees that there's no other way for her to kind of keep friends other than to keep her natural face a secret. On the other hand, for our main male lead, his name is Isu Ho. And he's essentially the son of a famous actor, and he really hates being in the spotlight and pretty much getting recognized, and therefore he keeps his relation to, his father as a secret. Not only is our boy extremely handsome, but he's kind of antisocial, and he doesn't seem to have a good relationship with his father overall. Now, it seems that after his mom passed away when he was really young, he kind of discovered his father moving on really quickly with other women. Now, apart from being like a famous actor, his dad is also the CEO of a company named Move Entertainment. Keep in mind, this company is essentially responsible for like idol trainees. One of like Suo's best friends, his name is Yoon Seon, and he used to be an idol at the company, but he kind of got caught in a bullying scandal. His friend essentially ends up, unaliving himself, but it seems that before he does, he tries to make one last call to his friend, and he's unable to get through. And so our boy has always kind of held that in his heart, like the regret of not answering that last call from his friend. But at the same time, around that time, his father was kind of caught up in some mess as well. Through all of this, that kind of just caused our guy to have, to drift further away from his father, because he feels like his father could have done a lot more to prevent that scandal from blowing up the way that it did. Typically with these kind of friend groups, it's never just two people. So there is a third person, and it seems that this third person is hesitant, or not really hesitant. This third person ultimately blames Suho for Seon unaliving himself. This friend, as a result of, the scandal, the friend unaliving himself, he ends up quitting, trying to become an idol, and he essentially tries to go back to school. Granted that things are the way that they are, both of these young men end up meeting our girl, Ju Kyung, for the first time, separate occasions, and you can kind of see that this is forming to be a love triangle. So you ultimately just kind of have to watch this K-drama just to kind of see, like, are the boys ever able to rekindle their relationship? Who of the two, if any, does our girl Ju Kyung end up choosing? Does she ever feel comfortable in her own skin enough to show her true face at this school? And then it's kind of like, is he ever able to rekindle, you know, like a relationship with his dad? So if you've already seen this K-drama, definitely let me know in the comments how you felt about it. And if you haven't seen it before, definitely let me know if this is something that you would check out. But as always, thank you so much for watching. K, thanks. Bye.